In September 1947, I went on to high school. The name of the high school was Khalsa High School, Samrai, Jandiala. It was joint school of the both villages, Samrai and Jandiala. In the fifth class, in the primary school, the medium of education was Urdu, and in fifth class, suddenly it started three language more: Punjabi, Hindi, and English, plus Urdu. That was difficult part to learn three languages at the age of 9, 10. Very hard work. Plus mathematics and physical education was more intensive in the high school. Now, in the high school, whereas we sat on the jute mats, there were desks, two children on each desk, and about maximum up to 40 children in a class. In the high school, like in the primary school, children were only from Jandiala. In the high school, then from several other villages, because that was the only school in about the area of 10 miles to the west, 10 miles to the north, and about 5 miles to the south, and 3 miles to the west. It was only high school. So children from all those villages around Jandiala and Samrai, they came, and therefore large numbers of children students. The teachers for each subject separate: Punjabi separate, English separate, Hindi separate, Urdu separate, mathematics separate, and for PE, it's separate. Every morning, all the school students did PE in the hockey ground, all assembled together, and the PE teacher, he conducted the exercise, quick march, stretches, those sort of exercise. No running. Running was organized by the each individual class, like the fifth class. Sixth class separate, seventh separate. So physical education was part of the education. As it was Khalsa school, although I didn't have my hair, but because of the Khalsa school, it was compulsory to wear a turban when you go to the school grounds. So what I used to do, turban in the satchel, and before entering the school to tie it up, and after coming out of the school, take it off and back into the satchel, chola. Food from home for lunch, water from the school. So that water facility was also there. And discipline was very strict. Homework set by 5 teachers, complete every other third day, not next day, but third day, because it was a lot of work. That mm, that was how the education process. And also in the school, my parent bought me a hockey stick, and it was proper. And school has two hockey teams, one senior, one junior. I played in the junior uh, hockey team, and when I went to class ninth, then I played in the senior hockey team. So the progression was from fifth to sixth, internal exam, sixth to seventh, then eighth class exam, external. Like I said, fourth class, it was external exam. Then ninth class, internal. 10th class, it was external. Punjab University Education Board. In the 8th class, with mathematics, algebra and geometry, arithmetic, also a compulsory subject, and also history, another subject. So it was a lot of intensive education. Instead of writing on the slates and the wood boards, then on exercise books, all the writing. And we purchased our own school textbook from 5th to the 10th class. And teachers were very strict with the discipline. In the morning, all students assembled and they recited Sikh religious Gurbani in the morning for 20 minutes before going into the classroom. And before the Gurbani, first the P, then Gurbani, then into the classroom. And the school times were in the summer from 8 till 3:30, in the winter 9 till 4:30. So that was the system. In the school, in terms of fee increases, I was in class 9th at that time, and we organized opposition to the fees increases, and we were successful. Instead of 25% increase, the school management committee agreed to 10% increase. That was successful. The other one was we were in class 9th when locusts swarm into our area, and they also planted eggs in the sand and the land, and the government wanted to all the eggs digged out, stored, and give it to the government. We protested against that, and this is not the children and students' job. But we didn't get through on that. But all the dug out eggs were stored in a room of the school. So, number of students, we planned to sell those eggs. We sold those eggs, and next day we brought all the money. When the assembly was taking place, we gave it to the head teacher. But we were still disciplined, lot of sticks on the hands, that we sold it unauthorized way.
So he took the money but still punished you?
Yeah.
What did you make of that?
Didn't regret it. But when the teachers were beating us, and we said to them, this is not fair. Yeah, we sold the eggs. We didn't keep the money. We gave it to the school management, and we don't know why they are beating us. And some teachers were sympathetic, but others, no.
So was that an early lesson in life that you can be doing right,
Yeah,
but you might be wrong,
yeah,
or viewed as wrong?
yeah. Other activities in the school, when 10th class student, before they appear for exams, which was not held at Khalsa High School, Samraj Jandiala, but in the next village, Bandala. That was the exam center. And before that exam take place, the students in the 10th class, they collected money to have performance of a Akhand Path. No party from outside. There was a Gurdwara in the school, and student they read Granth Sahib for 3 days, and the Bhog on the 3rd day, and Kada Prasad no longer to all school children from that money. And the 9th class students, the practice was they gave farewell party to the 10th class. Cha, laddu, samosa, pakode. That was the not system, that was the tradition in the school. Teachers were good and fair, and they were very good educators, and very strict discipline on people making mischiefs. I remember once in the 10th class, that was, a teacher asked the question and asked a student to answer. He was sitting on next to me. And what I did, I put a pen on the desk seat. It went into his mum.
Oh dear.
And he cried. And those were with the sharp nibs, yeah. And the teacher name was Gurnam Singh. He said, Avtar, aaja idhar. मैं कहा मास्टर जी की होया, कहंदा आ जा इधर, ते कहंदा ओहदी बौंडी तां डंक दे दित्ता ते तू हुण पुछदा की होया. He was taken to first aid in the school. ਤੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਟੀਚਰ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ पे ਇੱਦਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਹੱਥ ਕਰੀ ਗਿਆ, ਉਹ ਸੋਟੀਆਂ ਮਾਰੇ ਗਿਆ. ਜਦੋਂ ਹਟ ਗਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮਾਸਟਰ ਜੀ ਬਸ. ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਸਕਿਆ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ. ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕੁਸਕਣਾ ਕੀ ਸੀ, ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਸੀ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਖਾਣੀਆਂ ਆ. So that's in terms of games, our school very good in volleyball and hockey.